Привет всем! Сегодня мы продолжаем проект «Россия, Америка, мир, дружба, жвачка». И как вы видите, у нас есть небольшие гости здесь. Сегодня к нам в гости пришла Стейси и Лайла. Стейси американка со своей дочкой маленькой, которая тоже годик, как и Александре. Мне кажется, что у наших культур есть много чего общего, а возможно есть и какие-то различия. Так что давайте зададим некоторые вопросы Стейси, как маме американской. Ты уже готова задавать вопросы? Сейчас мы зададим некоторые вопросы и узнаем, что похожего, а что различного есть в наших культурах воспитания детей. Если вам это интересно, оставайтесь вместе с нами, да? Русский чаечек, который я привезла из Краснодарского края. Букетики, чаечки, чаепитие. Ну как, вкусненько? Да? Да, они. Hello!
I'm a bad mom, I forgot to put her shoes on.
Don't worry about shoes. Moreover, we have usually the shoes up in our home, so
She doesn't have her shoes perfect.
yeah. So we were getting ready for you guys.
Ah.
So we prepared some Russian tea. We got some like a dessert we usually do for breakfast, since I thought that we're gonna meet a little bit.
Really?
It's okay,
But
so
our
we
babies
have-
were not being very
Yeah.
cooperative today.
You know, they're the, well, this is what we're gonna talk about, the baby boss.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
maybe
the baby is the boss. I hate
Yeah.
to say it. As hard as you try not to, yep.
I'm so glad to see you here in our, in our home. I hope you're gonna have some fun with these little girls. Introduce yourself, so where you're from, where were you born, and a little bit of your background.
Okay, well,
Woo!
my name's Stacey. I'm American. I was born in Long Beach, New York, the city by the sea.
Oh,
But I actually do have a little Russian heritage too.
oh, really?
My grandfather was Russian.
Really?
Yeah.
A grandfather. Do you know where was he from?
I have no idea. I mean, I think no matter where you're from, we all want the best for our kids. We want them to grow up feeling happy, healthy, with a lot of love, and that they can be anything they want to be, and the world is theirs. Some lessons that I wanted her to learn, though, is I wanted her to learn to treat others as she would want to be treated. Follow the golden rule. That we're all the same, no matter how we look, how we sound.
Right.
We're all people, and that we need to treat each other nicely.
Right, girls? For example, look at them. She's half Russian, she's half American, and they're playing with each other.
Right.
So then later on, they're probably gonna sharing, their habits from their countries.
Definitely. I mean, where I grew up in New York was very international. I had friends. Some of my best friends had Thai parents, Polish parents, Greek parents, from everywhere. But there are still places in the U.S. where it's not so diverse as it is here. We're very lucky in New York, New Jersey, that we have a little bit of everything and everyone. But it's definitely not like that in all parts of the U.S.
Culture-wise, do you consider yourself like a typical American?
It's so hard to say what a typical American is, because Americans are made up of so many different types of people and nationalities.
And by the way, what's your background?
I'm half Italian, a quarter Russian, and a quarter Austrian.
Wow.
Yes, but don't ask me where I'm from in any of those places.
Yeah, you're from the United States.
From the United States. It's a couple of generations back.
Right.
Grandparents and great-grandparents. But I mean, I'm typical, I guess, in some things. Do I like ketchup on my eggs?
All right.
That's very American. If you ask my husband, I'm very typically American, but in other ways, I'm not. I'm pretty liberal. I guess it depends on where you're from or what you consider a typical American.
Do you think the Americans are liberal in children? Well, so sweet! How sweet she is!
She loves hugs.
Oh, I love it, Lila.
I distracted you from your question.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
she did.
she did. I
It's a good
love that
distraction.
distraction. Yes, I was about to say, I love you. Oh, mi amor.
It's a love fest with this one.
Oh. So I was just wondering, do you think the American way of bringing up children is more liberate than in other countries?
Well, I think that also depends on the parent, because you hear about in America that there's some parents, they call them like the granola crunchy moms. Kids, you know, set their own schedules, do what they want, be free. And then there's other ones that are much tighter. So it's hard to say like what a typical American mom is.
You try to give as much freedom.
Oh, I definitely do try to give as much freedom.
For example, like food-wise, clothes-wise, what do you think?
Well, I think food-wise, she probably eats more than a typical American. You know, we have this reputation of American kids like to eat their pizza, their chicken nuggets. You know, Lila eats fish. Lila eats, you know, she basically eats whatever her dad and I eat.
Right.
So yeah, we really are trying to let her try everything out. But then, you know, she's like everybody. There's certain things she likes and some things she doesn't like. I used to teach au pairs, so basically people that were coming into the U.S. to take care of American children. And one thing we always had to say was, you know, in the summer, I've been to other countries too, and I see this. We see little kids just running around in their diapers. You very rarely see that in America.
Right.
We tend to put bathing suits on them.
Yeah, this one of the things that I also saw that is different.
Yeah, so it's funny they're saying that we don't maybe put as much clothes on when I think a lot of times we're trying to cover them up because we don't want anyone to see them topless.
I think that I noticed here in the US, moms tend to be more protective in like sanitizing everything and be like very clean and like nothing gets into my baby's mouth or anything. What do you think? Is it like a typical American or just some people are like that?
I think I'm not like that. I mean, obviously I wash my hands, right?
Good.
I don't think there's anything wrong with catching germs. I think it's good to be around that. Same thing I noticed when I was a teacher. I mean, there were teachers I knew that had hand sanitizers on their desks and wouldn't let kids even approach the desk without using the sanitizer first. I let my kid, you know, I let Lila eat sand. If she's on the beach and she's exploring, you know, I know parents that don't want their kids touching the sand or trying to eat it, but I think it's just part of growing up.
Yeah, right.
And it's okay. But I do think Americans, we do have that reputation. And it's funny, it's changed over the years because like when I was a kid, it was kind of like survival of the fittest. There were no car seats and,
Right.
you know, and parents kind of let their kids just go outside and play. And for some reason there's been that big shift in America where we feel like we have to be very protective of our kids. But no matter what we do, they're still gonna get sick.
Right.
You know? I mean, am I gonna, you know, throw dirt in her face? No, but am I going to freak out if she eats a little bit herself?
So another thing that I noticed that you were singing this really cute song to Layla while you were trying to calm her down, and then the song was like smile.
Smile though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking.
It's so nice. I feel like smiling is part of your culture too, because like Russians,
yes.
they don't smile much if there is no reason, and here in the US you teach guys from this little that you have to always smile.
Yeah, and you know, that's interesting you say that because that was something that au pairs used to say to us all the time, was that Americans smile too much. And there was a few that didn't think we were believable because we were just smiling a lot. And I mean, not all Americans do. I know I smile a lot. I've already have like the smile lines because I smile way too much.
By the way, I wanted to ask you, are there any typical like games that you play with kids?
Oh, lots. All right,
Hey,
I'm gonna sit your
Alexandra.
baby for a moment.
Ooh.
You know the piggies? Oh, you like the piggies?
Wait.
Let's do this one easier. This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef, and this little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, 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 all the way home.
Oh, we have one too. Let me play with Layla. We have a Russian one. Layla, come over here. I'll play with you. We have this. Ладушки, ладушки, где были у бабушки, что ели кашку, что пили брашку. Полетели, 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 полетели на головку сели. Полетели, полетели, полетели на головку сели. А еще вот такая. Сорока ворона кашу варила, деток кормила. Этому дала, этому дала, этому дала, этому дала, а этому
Nice. She likes it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth.